We don't deserve Scavenger Reign because most times creators give us original pieces, great passion projects, but we the audiences always fail them by not showing up. I can bet that many of you watching this video have not even heard of Scavengers Reign, and that is the real issue here because it feels like we've collectively failed this show, and in a way we don't even deserve it because why don't more people know about this brilliant show? I don't know who to blame. Is it the streaming service? Did Max do a poor job in promoting the show? Is it the creators? Should they have done something differently? Or perhaps it's on us, the audience? Are we not doing enough recommendations to people around us? Well, in that regard, I'm doing my due diligence right now. Please go watch Scavengers Reign. It's totally worth your time, and if you've already seen it, help spread the word because more people need to experience this masterpiece. This is not the first time we are experiencing great adult animated shows getting butchered. Take Pantheon for example. It was cancelled by AMC right before the second season was released, though thankfully Amazon Prime picked it up and released it, but I will never forgive AMC for mishandling the show. And by the way, if you haven't seen Pantheon, go check that out too. I don't care whose fault it is that the show got mistreated, I'm holding AMC accountable for its poor promotion. And then there is Fired on Mars, which is set to return for a second season on Max. That's if it doesn't get cancelled anyway. But how many of us even know about the show? And now Scavengers Reign is cancelled on Max after one season. Thank God Netflix has already picked it up. Hopefully they'll release the second season as well. But for that to happen, we need to support the show on Netflix, and I really hope Netflix won't judge the performance of the first season on their platform to determine if it's going to get a second season. I mean, considering that many people have already watched season 1 when it was airing on Max. Most times the main reason why these shows are getting cancelled, in my opinion, are as a result of low viewership or just corporate giants making their own selfish decisions, which hurts the creativity and motivation for creators to whip out amazing shows. Imagine having a great idea and concept for a show, but seeing the current state of how animated shows like this are treated, it will just kill the vibe and motivation to move on with any idea one might have. And that is actually sad. We're in an era where adult animation is rising and thriving. Audiences are having a field day with amazing shows like Blue Eye Samurai, Primal, Invincible, Pantheon, The Legend of the Vox Machina, Arcane, X-Men 97, and so many other beautiful shows. All these shows need our support to keep the passion alive, because if we're not showing up, how do we expect to get more original shows? We the audiences can be held accountable as to why these shows flops and get cancelled, because it's like we pick and choose what shows we want to push. We keep glorifying and allowing only comic and game based animated shows like Arcane, Invincible, and X-Men 97, and the rest of it to get all the shine. Don't get me wrong, I love those shows too, and I can admit to be a part of the problem as well, but let's give new original works the chance to thrive by backing them all with our viewership and recommendations. Scavengers Reign is a breath of fresh air in the adult animation genre. I've never seen anything like it. Initially, when I first saw the trailers, I was honestly a bit skeptical. The Out of Space team gave me Fired on Mars vibes, and I'm like, okay Max, are we gonna be sticking with space shows now? I didn't follow the show while it was airing weekly on Max at the time, but it was definitely added to my watch list. Now that I've finally watched it, I'm blown away by how much of a masterpiece this show is in nearly every aspect. I feel so bad for taking long to see this masterpiece, and that won't happen again. One of the things I admire the most about this show is how unique and different the show's aesthetic is. The creative freedom the writers and the producers had is so obvious. You can feel the care and attention poured into every frame of this show, and seeing how poorly the show has been treated is really appalling. This is a series that deserves the same recognition as Invincible, if you ask me. Everything about this series, the world building, the character designs, the alien creatures is just brilliant. The ecosystem of the planet they've created is not only insane, guys, but is also mesmerizing to watch. You can just tell the creators had a great time in developing it, and that passion shines through in the final product. What I love the most about the show is how the premise is actually straightforward and easy to follow, yet it still feels deep and carefully thought out. The story follows crew members of a space freighter that got separated and stranded in an alien planet called Vesta after a plane crash. We follow their different unique adventures on finding ways to get back to the possible remains of the freighter called the Demeter 227 in order to leave the planet. The way the story hooks you immediately to follow the characters with hope to see if they make it out alive is really engaging. The animation and the character designs are all different and unique when compared to other shows, and that is why I'm highly impressed by Scavengers Reign. At first glance, the character designs might seem like a simple 2D drawings, but it's not. The consistency in the design and the way they maintain the same aesthetics throughout the series is remarkable. If you notice, when characters are talking, screen, it feels like a lazy art, and I wanted to hate it so bad. But then I realized that this seemingly unserious style is exactly what makes the show unique. The camera angles were captured perfectly, which really helped showcase the beauty of the planet Vesta. Every scene feels like a piece of art. I love how the show uses different colors to portray the planet. It balances dark and bright areas when needed. The visual details that went into this animation is just perfectly crafted. The world building is the main selling point of the show. You need to understand that this is an entirely new planet that is being explored, guys. The creators probably haven't been out in the space or another planet before, but how they managed to carefully construct Vesta and all the unique intricacies that went into it is insane. The way we as viewers mindlessly explore the planet alongside the characters, getting excited for what's coming next, is truly remarkable. And I love how the planet kind of like reminds us that nature exists entirely on its own and not in any way about us humans. In our world, it feels like we've shaped nature, or at least we've like added to it with our inventions, technologies, and everything that makes life easier today. But the planet Vesta is completely its own thing. They thrive on their own without any human influence in it. The life forms on the planet were very captivating. We were experiencing a whole alien life that doesn't feel the need to be hella scary. Each creature on the planet plays a unique role in helping the planet thrive. Many of them were even helpful to the characters during the course of the show, with abilities like healing, mind control, regeneration, and even a plant that can copy DNA. Bro, like the creators implementing these things and showcasing them is really commendable. And you can tell that some of the creatures were inspired by Earth animals, but what made them fascinating was the creative freedom that went into each design. Like for example, this creature seemed like it was inspired by a black panther or maybe a monkey, but here is a sea animal that hunts with its tail like a snake. These creatures are meant to be a herd of bulls or maybe a bison, but here they are completely different and weird. Then this little guy here is giving me a fox. You can tell from the posture, the shape, and the stance, but in this planet it has tentacles and other strange features. I don't know, but I just get the vibes of the regular animals we see around in some of the creatures, although most of the creatures are purely original and new to me. Like Hollow, God forbid that damn creature, guys. That's like the weirdest creature I've ever seen in my life. Like this creature right here was actually hitting on people and being selfish as fuck. Hollow is everything weird and disgusting any alien creature can be. It's crazy to me how it turned out to be one of the main characters of the show. Initially I thought it was going to be just a creature that will only last in the early stages of the show, but its development and how things unfolded for it caught me off guard, and it was really surprising. And now the characters, guys, they were like another aspect of the show that sold it fully for me, because not only are we following the characters' journeys, we were also learning about them as the show progresses. I like that they made use of flashbacks to show us what some of their life experiences were like before the events of the Demeter crash. It allows us to connect with each character on a deeper level. The unique experiences each character faces on planet Vesta for me seemed to be deliberately designed to be the opposite of what their life used to be, and then it helped shape them up to be better people. Azzy most especially is the character with the most obvious growth in terms of how she treats people. Her journey with Levi played a crucial role in that transformation. Sam's encounter with Ursula also plays a significant role in his personal development. It helped him become a better version of himself. Cayman's guilt of his past ruled over him, and then he met what I would say is the worst experience compared to the other characters' journeys in my opinion. Going deep into each character's experiences is going to be a spoiler, and I wouldn't want to spoil the show for anyone. The new characters introduced towards the end of the show also added an extra layer of enjoyment to the show because they quickly become emotionally engaging. This little guy here is funny, and this lady is a Scavengers Reign is a unique show that needs every attention it can get. This isn't just any adult animation, it's truly meant for a mature audience, and I'm so happy to have crossed paths with this gem of a show. The songs used in this show are so fitting, and I like the opening sequence a lot. They use that opportunity to show us the Demeter crash. The voice casting for each of the characters fits so perfectly. This is probably not a big deal, guys, but I like how the episodes have just simple names like The Signal, The Dream, Game, The Cure. I was always looking forward to know what the name of the next episode is going to be. Each episode is like 25 minutes long. They are easy to digest and you could even binge all the 12 episodes in a day if you're determined. I hope this show gets renewed for a second season because season 1 ended with a cliffhanger and the story needs to continue. I know the title of the video says we don't deserve Scavengers Reign, but come on guys, we deserve it, it's our rights. But if we don't show up in masses to support such original shows like this, then we don't deserve them. If you made it to this level of the video, you are the real MVP. I've been away for a long time guys and I'm sorry about that. Hopefully moving forward there won't be such long breaks again. I lost few subscribers during the time I was away, but still a good number of you guys are still here with me and you guys are the real MVP. I truly appreciate each and every one of you big time. Go and watch Scavengers Reign and let me know what you think about them in the comment section. And as usual, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel guys. I will see you guys in my next video. I'm out of here.